feeling really good about this. I'm hoping to do a little bit of a retrospective um, about how week one went. I think it went pretty well. We didn't miss any days, which is good. And I think one thing that went well is I did accomplish every single day. I got a video out and went for a walk. I think it helps to do it one day. I give myself 1 day buffer. Um, that definitely helps quite a bit to kind of set a deadline and also uh, give myself some flexibility for doing the video. I've streamlined the process down. It's pretty fast to upload the video and get it out there. Um, it's tough. The challenge is definitely, I mean, there's part physical challenge, but it's also part mental challenge because a lot of times I don't want to walk, especially after a tough day, a long walk. I don't really feel like walking the next day. Um, a lot of times, too, if the weather's not so good, that's hard to do. And so, finding a way to kind of uh, motivate myself, accept that I'm not going to want to do it every day, and I'm still going to do it regardless of that. And to choose that in the moment, to choose the thing that I don't want to do, it can be pretty hard. Helps to have something else to do. I like coming out here and watching birds, um, and that's been pretty nice to to kind of have that as a side motivation, if you will. Definitely scheduling it um, around things. Even something as simple as like, oh, I'll have lunch and then go for a walk, um, or I'll go for a walk then have lunch. Uh, Things like that kind of make it easier to kind of see how it fits into my day. Definitely not a good idea to just tell myself I'm gonna go for a walk today, uh, especially when it's a little bit longer and I kind of anticipate it taking a while, like an hour and a half, hour and a half. Just telling myself let's do that at some point today. It's hard. It's hard to fit in an hour and a half walk. I'm trying to think what else helps me do this. Honestly, seeing that people are watching this and seeing that people engage with it a little bit, like that's actually pretty cool. The other day, some dude named Anthony with a super complicated last name left a comment. That was actually really cool. It's really cool to see that me putting this out there is having an impact. Um, I honestly did not, I would, how about this? I wasn't necessarily relying on that to do this challenge for this to have an impact. Super cool. Super cool. I'm hoping to do that more, hoping to figure out how to, what are the difficulties with this, with doing a challenge like this, and then how to help people do that for themselves. That's my ultimate goal, I guess, is to help people kind of to potentially coach people through how to do their own 30-day challenge. And in order to do that, I have to understand what is tough about it and some kind of best ways to overcome that. Uh, I don't know if I'm doing that yet, helping, inspiring people enough to do a 30-day challenge. But it's not just about inspiration. See, it's also about uh, having good strategies in place and being ready to not do what you want to do in the uh, for the sake of the challenge. That's pretty important. It also seems like not getting too overwhelmed with what the challenge is. Um, when I did the first month challenge, I decided that I was going to do something 5 miles a day or something like that, 6 miles a day. Looking back on that, there's just no way. That's a lot to walk, especially considering I hadn't done that, didn't know that like I got blisters if I walk for that long, at least for right now. Um, the other day I did 7.5 miles in my shoes and I got a tiny blister, and for sure if I would have walked another 5 or 6 miles in those, uh, I would it would just keep getting worse. So now I'm walking in sandals today. and no, just committing to that, just thinking that somehow I'm going to overcome that. That's not a way to success. Um, so finding ways to, either experiment and get to know some of those obstacles beforehand, um, that can be useful. So I've found that varying it a little bit, doing a hard day into an easy day, and kind of slowly making the hard day harder and the easier day less easy, kind of builds in a rest that seems to just be super, super critical to do something like this. At least a physical challenge. Perhaps with a mental challenge, you don't need to do that. Like I've tried doing a learning math challenge, and maybe you can do 30 minutes of math every day, and it doesn't really matter. It's not the same kind of need for uh, is it? I think there's a bird over there. Um, Not the same need for rest. Hold on. Oh, so many birds here. So many birds here. Um, I feel like there was a little bit of a hump to get over. Uh, Definitely having things a little bit more laid out makes it a little bit easier to commit to long term. Eventually, hopefully, I'm going to package all this up into something that really is quite digestible and helps people do their own challenges. And right now, we're just kind of experimenting, which is it's just cool. I guess it's cool. I've never really done something like this. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you've made it this far, you must be pretty serious about this. Um, but then feel free to comment if you have any questions, things you want to ask me about, um, or if you want me to do anything specific, if you have ideas for the next challenge. I'm definitely thinking about what I'm going to do next. And then I have a kind of a 7-day hiking challenge coming up in June. We'll be making videos about that. And yeah, subscribe, I guess, if you want to keep getting updated. I'm hoping to grow this into doing more challenges and potentially helping other people do this too. So that's really cool. Hopefully, we can keep that up. Cool. All right, guys. Welcome to the Breakthrough Crew. Let's do this.